and my assistant is inside. Oh, hey,
Okay.
hello everyone. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Manahil Remotejobwali. I'm a student of Rehan School, Kiringi campus. Today we have the pleasure of hosting our distinguished guest, Ma'am Thoria. It's an honor to welcome you and delve into your fascinating life journey. So, now to ensure a smooth, engaging interview, let's start by expressing our gratitude for your presence and diving into your incredible experiences and insights. So, I will thank you so much, ma'am. I'm very pleasure to see you on my stream, and thank you so much, ma'am, for giving me your precious time. So, first of all, welcome, and how are you?
Thank you. I'm doing well, and I really appreciate you having me on your channel, on your live. And I just want to say that I admire you. You are wonderful. It's very. It makes me very happy to see a young lady like you doing what you are doing.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, first of all, can you please introduce yourself for my viewers before moving on, Kashan?
Sure. My name is Suraya bin Farhat. I'm a language teacher, a podcaster. I have a YouTube channel, and I do also translations. Uh, I am a language teacher first. I taught Arabic at the United Nations for 36 years here in New York. Um, to United Nations diplomats and staff members. I really enjoyed my experience there. When I retired in 2017, I decided to do all the other things I mentioned. And I'm married. We have three children who are 28, 36, and 41. Soon 41, yes.
All right, thank you so much for your introduction. Now, let's move on to questions. My first question is, what inspired you to start creating content and teaching languages, particularly Arabic, to a global audience?
We'll start with the teaching part. I have a lot of people in my family who are teachers, starting with my father, and I think that really helped me get into teaching because I could see firsthand what a teacher's life is like, and all the feedback I was getting, I thought was very positive. And I also learned a lot from my teachers, whom I admired, um, specifically an Algerian English teacher um, who used to come to class. And she was a wonderful teacher, and she was very simple and very open minded, and that really inspired me. As to the second part, creating um, came because when I was getting maybe 5 or 6 years before I retired, maybe even more, maybe 10 years before I retired, I was thinking about what I wanted to do when I retired. And every time I saw something that was interesting to me, I would send myself an email. And in the subject line, I would write what it is, and then a link to whatever I found online that was interesting. And um, starting a YouTube channel was one of them, starting a podcast was one of them, starting a blog, and also writing books with Amazon. I thought it was amazing that you could write books just from your home. Um, and I think COVID also had a big part in this because I was stuck at home and I really wanted to communicate with people and do something.
All right, thank you so much for your answer. My next question is for you. Can you share a memorable experience or success story from your years of teaching languages?
I think the success story is very hard to tell because every time one of my students came back from a mission and explained how he or she was able to use Arabic to communicate with people, Or times when someone, for example, I'll tell you one specific one. I had a student in level one who was starting Arabic from scratch. She had no Arabic before, and she worked in the pension fund. So in the pension fund, they receive a lot of letters in Arabic. And as you may know, Arabic handwriting can be quite tricky because there are different writing styles. And when you're learning from scratch, you learn with the dots separated. But in fact, when we write, we connect to the dots. She was able to read from just maybe the first week. She was able to read the date, the numbers. So she was able to read the year and the month, um, and the day just from knowing the numbers. And she said that before she started Arabic, people always had to refer to other offices, document someone to read it for them. And now, just because she took Arabic for 1 week, yes, how to read the dates. And I think even something small like that is very important. It's so nice to get that feedback from your students. That's what's very rewarding about teaching, is that you can see the result of your work immediately.
All right, ma'am, that's really wonderful. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful answer. My next question is for you. How do you believe your approach to language learning and teaching differs from traditional methods?
Okay, so my approach is what is called eclectic, and that means that you don't stick to one specific method. You use different methods in your teaching to adapt to your students' needs.
All right, ma'am. Ma'am, my next question is for you. How do you incorporate culture aspect into your language teaching and content creation?
I think culture is very important because when you're learning your language, it's not enough to just learn the grammar and the pronunciation. It's important to learn about the culture because culture is a big part of language. Therefore, I try to make sure to know about my students' cultures and incorporate some of their culture in my teaching, but also share with them about my culture through text, video, audio, whatever I'm using in the classroom.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. My next question is for you. Um, could you tell us about a particularly challenging aspect of teaching languages and how you overcome it?
I think one particular difficulty is when you have people of different levels in the same classroom, um, and also people who have learned in different ways in the past. Um, we all know that every person has a different way of learning, but these differences can be sharp sometimes. And it takes some experience to be able to tackle that.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your great answer. With your extensive experience, what
Mhm.
trends or changes have you noticed in language learning over the years?
I think over the years, maybe I can mention two things that have happened with the advent of the internet, specifically for Arabic. People have become not only people who are studying Arabic, but Arabs ourselves. We have become more aware of the different types of Arabic that there are. We know about them, but for a long time, people were not really familiar with other dialects. With the advent of technology, with television, satellite TV, all these things, people are able to watch a live show where people are calling in from different parts of the Arab world, and they can hear Arabic speakers speaking different dialects with movies and also series, songs. People have access to songs and series and movies from different parts of the Arab world, and that really has opened up our minds to different dialects. And this, for someone who's studying Arabic, is very important because it used to be very hard to get uh, audio or video from different dialects. Um, the other thing is that now with AI, students are able to find out a lot about languages. However, AI is not perfect yet. So thank God they still need us, the teachers, the real people, to tell them what is true and what is wrong. Yeah, so I think those two things come to mind now.
Yes, you're right. Teachers are also important in our life, who tell us this is right or this is wrong.
Yes, I like that. Thank you.
You're welcome. So now let's move on to the next question.
Okay.
How do you tailor your material and teaching methods to accommodate learners of different ages and backgrounds?
Well, the ideal situation is to have, of course, in the same class, people of about the same age. When I was teaching at the UN, I only had adult learners. There was still a difference between younger people who were more techie and older people who didn't want to do anything with technology. But if you have children and adults in the same classroom, that can be hard. I never had to deal with that. Um, However, if if you're teaching a child, you'll be teaching differently than if you're teaching an adult. A child may need more animation, may need the attention span is not as large as long, so you have to have activities that are shorter and more varied. With adults, it's easier in a way because you can spend a longer time on each task. That's just one aspect that I think may be interesting to whoever's watching.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for a great answer. What advice would you give to someone who is struggling to stay motivated while learning a new language?
Um, I think a lot of students, I'm thinking of two pieces of advice. I think a lot of language learners think they can learn a language just by watching videos. And this can be really hard, especially for Arabic, because if you're watching videos, you may be watching different dialects in different videos, and we also have standard Arabic. So you could be learning from someone who's teaching standard Arabic, someone else who's teaching another dialect, and we have four major dialects. So it can be quite confusing. I think when you decide to study a language, especially a language like Arabic that has different varieties, you have to decide exactly which variety or varieties you want to learn, and then focus on that. And I think I'm a bit old school. I think you can learn by just watching videos and so on, but I think it's important to have a reference, to have a book or something online that will show you how the language works. I think that can save you a lot of time.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much for your answer. So, can you tell me, ma'am, is Arabic language is hard or it's simple?
I think every language is hard in its own way. I think the reason why people see Arabic as being difficult is because they don't already know a language that is similar to Arabic. Um, Arabic has an alphabet. When you think of Chinese, for example, there's no alphabet. You have to learn each word separately. That is like, wow. We don't have tones, you know. So I think, you know, you can think that a language is more difficult compared to another language, depending on how different it is from what you already know. If the language you're learning is very different than what you already know, of course, it's going to sound difficult. But having taught uh, people, grown ups, for whom language learning may be more difficult than for children, for 36 years and having seen them succeed, I don't see Arabic as being difficult myself.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much for your answer, ma'am. I recite the Holy Quran, and I want to learn the meaning of Arabic. So, can I watch videos for learning uh, of Arabic or using ChatGPT? Where I can start to learn Arabic language?
For someone who is trying to understand the Quran, I always recommend there's a series of books. Uh,
I have one book.
what do you
Can
have?
I can I share? Can I share
Yes,
my
sure.
book?
Yes.
All right.
Are you trying to share screen? Because I can't see. We didn't see
I
it.
have
I know
I
I
have
see it. Okay. What does it say? Medina. Yes.
yes.
This is exactly, that's what I was looking for. The Medina Arabic series is perfect for someone who is studying, is in Islamic studies, and because they will teach you Arabic through Islamic themes, and that's exactly what you need. So those I think are the best that are available on the market. So right now, that I know anyway. I'm not saying that I'm an expert about those, but yeah. Oops, I think maybe did your electricity turn off again? I wonder. That's what happened a few minutes ago. Okay, we'll wait a little bit and see what happens. Hey, whoever is watching on YouTube, you can type your questions if you have any under this video, and I'll be happy to answer them. I have a feeling she's not here, so hope to see you at another live, everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Bye for now.